Hi Martin.
Hey, good to see you, Tim.
Thanks for coming to London.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. I know it's busy. So I'm going to kick straight off. Martin, you're a business partner with Health Optimisation Summit from Upgrade Labs, one of the partners, along with PaleoFx. And this crazy journey which brings us here today. So thank you very much for your support and bringing it to this point. So I think I'm just going to skip right into the questions. People generally know the history at this point. So, I mean, with regards to Upgrade Labs and what you're doing over there, and I mean, you've radically changed things. It seems to be growing very, very quickly. The word is spreading out and you're doing some really, really cool things, especially with your story, which you'll be speaking about. But I mean, how would you define what Upgrade Labs and you do within like the biohacking sphere specifically?
Well, Upgrade Labs we're actually a retail facility where people can come and have a guide help them on their health optimization journey. So places like this summit, you can come and see individual technologies. You can Google things on the internet like what is cryotherapy, but individual technologies are not a health optimization strategy. What you tend to need is a coach or somebody to help you do it, and also a place where you can come and use all of these expensive machines. So that's what Upgrade Labs is a next generation health, wellness, and clinic facility together. So when members come in, we can test like their gut biome, we can do blood tests, and then we can put together a custom journey through these different technologies to help them achieve the goals and the results that they want, whether they want to lose weight, whether they want to improve cognitive function, whether they want to do sleep. Because a lot of times it's really lonely or hard on your own to just read a book about sleep and then decide to try some things. We're a community. That's another reason why we're excited to partner with Health Optimization Summit to put on conferences like this, because we have our own conference, and we think having the community events where people can come is part of having people to be successful in their health optimization journey. So our labs are physical locations, but then we have these media properties where people can meet and learn about new technologies as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think for me with Upgrade Labs conference, the Biohacking conference that was over in Beverly Hilton earlier on this year, which was awesome. It was like, went out with a bang, definitely. Set the bar really, really high. I hope we got somewhere, if not a little bit more.
Well, you got more exhibitors, good for you.
Tick. Yeah, no, it's really cool how it fits together. And I think one thing that I really liked about the Biohacking conference this year was with what you guys did was like the brass band at the beginning, and you like kind of made it more broad and more people into it, and made it very, very funky and very accessible. And I think the community has grown again. And I think it's nice replicating some of that as well as what Paleo guys have done and bringing it to London, because a lot of these guys don't travel to the States. They don't necessarily have that luxury to do so all the time. So it's nice bringing it here. And I think how the labs fit together in my mind is it's one place where you can go and get tested, you can go and have IV, you can go and have cryo, and use some of the technologies that are like optimized bikes, like the Carol, for instance, Carol AI. Like, don't just cycle for the sake of cycling. Like, let's use it properly, efficiently, using data to say, well, how much less cycling can I do, but how many more gains can I get as a result? And I think the quantified approach with what you do means that it can be in and out 2 or 3 times a week for half an hour or 40 minutes in a lab without having to spend hours and hours and hours in the gym every day and wearing yourself out and not getting optimized as a result. So that's what I really like about labs. That's why I really want one in London.
Yeah, well, we would love to, and I know we're talking to a few people here about it. Yeah, one of the things that's different about Upgrade Labs facilities is that we have a data platform where we can measure lots of things very precisely, like your blood, like your in-body results, but also connecting things like your Oura Ring. One of the things our platform does, because it's not just about having access to the technology. You can go get cryo in many places, but for example, like 2 weeks ago I came in, I had slept pretty poorly, I had a couple of margaritas the night before, so my recovery score was bad. I was scheduled on the schedule to do an ARX strength training schedule, but I come in and the trainer opens up the app, looks at my sleep score, and the app says cryo. So we actually changed the protocol that I did when I walked into the facility. I was scheduled to do high intensity training, but we switched to active recovery because the data about me said that I should do something different that day. And you've never been to a gym or a facility that does that. You go to your CrossFit gym, the only thing they can do is make you do CrossFit harder than the last time, regardless of the state of your body, regardless of the state of your sleep, recovery, whatever. And what we think the future of health and fitness and wellness is being able to have facilities and programs that are responsive to people's actual state of their body and state of their stress levels and things like that. And when you start to personalize what people are doing in that way using data, people get much better results. That's why people can't, and we have the advanced technologies. We have one of our members, we just did a video with him, it'll be on our site fairly soon, 62-year-old guy, came to us a year ago, 18% body fat, some chronic fatigue, some sleep problems. He's been coming once a week. In 8 months, he's now 10% body fat, has six-pack abs, and he's coming once a week for 1 hour. That's the only thing he's doing. The rest of the week he's playing golf. But because we had ways to measure his, so what he's doing is like the Vasper to increase his testosterone has gone up 300%. For a 62-year-old guy to now have testosterone of a 20-year-old, his wife is calling me complaining. And then, the muscle density, all these things. But anyway, because we have ways to measure where somebody is and to optimize, and with very efficient technologies what they're doing, they can get results in much less time, much more predictably.
I think that is really interesting you say that about like the technologies you guys use, and then like it's basically prescriptive technology or exercise, opposed to going more, stressing your adrenals and becoming more and more knackered, but maybe getting some gains, opposed to going, well, actually, what do you need today? And I think in terms of like the health optimization medicine that Dr. Ted was just talking about, it's like, well, actually, let's look on a cellular level, let's see what's in the cell that shouldn't be and what isn't in the cell that should be, and then you can supplement with those things that your cells need to perform properly. It's like, what does the body need today? Okay, no more exercise because you're knackered from the margaritas. Let's have some cryo. Let's work on the inflammation side of things and repair the body. So it's really like, it's a very prescriptive approach, which I think is very cool. And I think it's the way that obviously it's going, which is why Labs is doing so well.
It's the way it has to go, because that's the only way people will get results. When I started on this whole journey, and I told Dave I'd help him, create Upgrade Labs and everything, one of my personal frustrations, I saw a couple pieces of data that I just pissed me off. One was, in America, less than 4% of Americans are active with a gym membership, and 32% are obese. So what that tells me is the entire fitness industry that's supposed to be delivering fitness is failing. Then you look on the healthcare side, I don't know what the numbers in the UK are, but in America we spend the highest amount per patient in the world, and we're 23rd in results. So the healthcare system is not delivering health, the fitness system is not delivering fitness. We have to do it differently. And I loved what Ted was saying, is that when you take the functional approach or the management of health approach, you do different things than when you're managing disease just for disease or just for something that's broken. We're saying, here's how you get into an optimal level, and that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow at my talk at 9:30. I'm 55, and 4 or 5 major biomarkers in the last 2 years have reversed into their 30s, including my telomeres, my testosterone level, my mitochondria function, and my P300 delay. And I have technologies available to me at Upgrade Labs that allows me to do that, and that is now an option. I don't have to take the state of the body or the natural decline that happens. I have options, and I can get those very efficiently. I know what the markers are, I know how to move them, and that's real health management, is when you decide that you want to have the biology that you want to have, and you can get there, and we actually know how to get there now. I mean, 10 years ago we didn't.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I mean, I think this is really what is going to grow more and more, and I think that's what I'm hearing at the summit, more and more areas. It's like it's disjointed, but they're coming together, and if there's one lab that can do that, then, well, there is.
there is. It's called
just not in London yet.
Labs.
Yeah, it's just not here yet. I mean, I guess that's why it's been succeeding so well and growing from strength to strength, as things catch up with where labs are, whereas the mindset hasn't been. And I think it's apparent with the amount of people even in London that have turned up. That it is.
Yeah, I mean, we were the first to open this kind of facility, and there's been since some other people that have bought some machines in. buy a cryo machine, buy an infrared and this and that, and you'll see a lot more of them, and all the vendors here are selling lots of hardware. What we're doing that's a little bit different is integrating those services with a data platform, connecting your Aura Ring and being able to prescribe these things. For example, when someone comes into Upgrade Labs, we put them on the in-body, we measure their extracellular water, which is one inflammation indicator, and we can tell them how many cryotherapy sessions they should do to get that extracellular water to a particular level. No other cryotherapy spa can do that. They can sell you a cryotherapy session, but they can't say this is how many you need in order to optimize this particular thing that is a precursor to disease or related to health.
That's awesome.
And tying those together is in fact what really gets people results. Just selling people individual services doesn't get them results.
Yeah, I mean, it's like throwing more crap at the wall and hoping it sticks. It's like, yeah, you need cryo. Okay, more. How long does that go on for? Okay, you need this many sessions of cryo. This is where you can get, then we're going to move on to this, and this is why. I love that. I mean, okay, so just to move on, because I'm conscious of time, but I mean, if there's one health optimizing quick win, biohack, whatever, other than Bulletproof coffee, because we've had that one already, and it's the obvious, but let's pick another one. What would you say it was?
Personally, it has been NAD supplementation. You're nodding your head because for you it's obvious, but many people haven't heard. Right before we got on camera, we popped some True Niagen, which is an NAD precursor. But you know, NAD is something 2 years ago I had no fucking idea. Can I say that? I had no idea. I had no idea what the hell it was. But it turns out it's a coenzyme in many different functions, especially the Krebs cycle. But by getting more, it declines over your life, and 2% a year or whatever, and 90% over the lifetime. And it makes all your cells work better when you get more of it. So it is the biggest impact thing that I think you can do to improve all of your health and lifespan, because your immune systems will work better, your brain cells will work better, everything will work better when you get your NAD levels back up. And the precursor stuff like True Niagen is not that expensive. I personally do an IV every month of the NAD. I like the sub-Q, I like the nasal. When I have a meeting I have to really think quickly of. I gave a friend of mine the NAD nasal, and he did it before a meeting, and he was in there and he's like, oh my God, I was thinking of words I'd never thought of before, and like my mind was just like, it is an amazing upgrade. So I would recommend everyone to check out some way to increase their NAD levels.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I agree. NAD is up there. I mean, I've been testing it over the last month quite heavily, and because when I was doing actually Dr. Ted's intercellular tests and the Health Optimization Medicine program, they were like, you need NAC, you need alpha lipoic acid, and you need more NAD, and and I've been hammering on that, and I've got to be honest, it's working very well.
Great.
I'm on 3 hours sleep from last night. I'm on plenty of NAD, and I feel optimized. I mean, my eyes are lagging a little bit, but it's been a long day. And I would say it's great. The data so far, so that's awesome recommendation.
NAD.
And I know you're like a ridiculous book reader as well, and I know we've had loads of conversations about books and things, so it's not something I'm asking anyone else, but I really want to know what book you're reading at the moment, or your most favorite book in the last month.
I gave you my favorite book about 6 months ago. You said it worked very well.
Yes.
What book am I reading right now? Frankly, my favorite book in the last month, it's got another curse word in it, I'll have to say it. It's Everything is Fucked, a book about hope by Mark Manson. And his first book was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. One of the things he does, so he basically takes Buddhism and one other philosopher, I forget, and sort of repackages it for the millennial. But that's my favorite book right now. And what he talks about is that hope is not a strategy. And anyway, I would read The Subtle Art, no, not The Subtle Art, the book, Everything is Fucked. Yeah, I mean, I recommend everybody read that book.
Mark Manson's work, I followed him from years ago, from when he was in the pickup industry all the way through to when he started growing up to a man. And The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is an exceptional book. Actually, there's some great stories in it. And then the new one, which I haven't read yet. So
read the new one.
Yeah, great recommendation. Thanks for your time.
Okay,
I really
great.
appreciate
Thanks for inviting me, Tim. I look
Thanks.
forward to coming next year.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.